No, Sri Rupa Goswami is one of the sixth Sad Goswami, as we call it in Vrindavan, and he is the topmost, foremost amongst all the six Goswamis. And the reason is there are two reasons that I concluded from my readings. Is first is all our previous Goswamis are accepted him as a Siksha Guru, and that's one of the reason he is one of the foremost. And when we call the prayers in start, right, Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamniyam Dadati Swapadantikam. So Sri Rupa Goswami is the one who knows the innermost heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why he is one of the foremost six Goswami. And in all our Gaudiya disciplic succession, for us, Rupa Goswami is the first foremost Goswami that we know and we follow. And that's one of the reason we have started with the Nectar of Instructions books in our. Okay, I would like to give some background of Rupa Goswami. He born in 1489. He born in modern day Karnataka, and his family later moved to Bengal, Bengal around Ramkelly village. I'm not sure that they moved to Ramkelly village or they call it Bikila village or something. And they, his father was Kumar Deva, and he has many sons, but there were three of the sons who became Vaishnava ultimately, and those were Rupa, Sanatana, and another brother. They have another brother called Vallabha or Anupama. When they were moving to Vrindavan at that time, Anupama left this world. However, Rupa Goswami is also a younger brother of Sri Sanatana Goswami. There are various pastimes, but I would like to actually go through two pastimes. One, what happened when Rupa Goswami met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and another is when what happened and how the Govindji temple came into place for in Jaipur currently. So let me just quickly go through that past time. So Sri Rupa Goswami, he was a very scholar. He knows around 17 languages, Persian, Sanskrit, and all other languages. And he was very scholar. And in those days, both the brothers were very popular. So at that time, they were called by the Hussein, Nawab Hussein, in Bengal, and asked them to do the service for the government, Muslim government. From their inner heart desire, they did not want to do it, but then it was forcefully. Nawab told them that if you don't do it, then we probably will trouble all the Hindus around the area. And ultimately, they agreed out of mercy for all other rest of the people. And they accepted the government service. And he was called a Dabir Khas. It's like one of the chief secretaries of the Nawab. Meanwhile, while they were performing the services, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the Ramkelly village. They were doing the service within the Ramkelly village, both the brothers. And in 1514, 1514, Mahaprabhu visited Ramkelly village, and in the middle of the night, both the brothers wanted to meet Mahaprabhu. They went in, met Mahaprabhu, and as soon as they saw Mahaprabhu, they do the dandvat and they were asking for his mercy. And out of his love and devotion, Mahaprabhu also gave them the initiation. And he gave him 4 instructions that they need to carry out in order to establish the devotional service for the wellness of the conditions. So both Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami were given 4 instructions. One, to uncover Sri Krishna's lost pastimes. Another, to install deity and start doing a deity worship. Third is write the sastras, Bhakti Sastras, Krishna conscious book. And another is propagate the rules of bhakti yoga, the devotional service, how to do the devotional service. Uh, with that came into their heart, taking this desire into heart, they came to Vrindavan. They were trying to think what can do to carry out the order of the spiritual masters. And uh, every day they try to go around the villages, different villages, and sleeping under the trees. One day, at first, he was feeling very distressed that how I'm going to carry out the deity service, because as he was a scholar, he has some understanding how to write the sastras and all. But carrying out the order of his master, how to start the devotional service, he was very distressed. So at that time, he was sitting under the tree near the Yamuna River, and he was lamenting on that how would I be able to carry out Mahaprabhu's order. That time, a young Brijvasi boy came in and asked him, what is the cause of your distress, Swamiji? And then Srila Rupa Goswami, attracted by the boy's voice, he explained the cause of distress. And the boy sweetly said, not to worry. I know there is a Govindji deity who was buried long ago under the hill, under the short hill in Vrindavana. And if you dig that, you will get the Govindji deity, and you can start worshipping those deity. And that boy showed where the deities are. The deity was actually buried under the hill. And what that boy said, every day mother cow comes and gives the milk to deity. So the next day, Srila Rupa Goswami went there, and he saw that the cow came and gave the milk on the top of the hill. And where the place was drenched, with the help of villagers, he actually digging that hill, and he found the beautiful deity of Radha Govindji. Uh, he then built a temple, and ultimately Raghunath Das Goswami helped building the temple in Vrindavana. But later era, when Aurangzeb was ruling India, he was out of envy, tried to destroy the temple. So ultimately, that temple deity of Govindji later moved to Jaipur, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Srila Rupa Goswami Samadhi is still there in Vrindavan, the courtyard of Radha Damodar temple. And Srila Rupa Goswami was also Narottam Das Thakur was explaining that he was Srila Rupa Goswami is the incarnation of Rupa Manjari. Now, who is Rupa Manjari? So, amongst the topmost chief maid servant of Sri Radharani in Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan, is Lalita Sakhi. And the chief of all the followers of Lalita Sakhi is Sri Rupa Manjari. And that Sri Rupa Manjari incarnated as Rupa Goswami in Mahaprabhu Leela. Now, to understand the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna, Sri Narottam Das Thakur explains that you must serve the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami with intense eagerness. How will you serve Rupa Goswami? To serve, you should hear, chant, and strictly follow the teaching of Rupa Goswami. To serve, you pray, crying out, meditate upon, and dedicate your entire life to the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami. So, and according to Sadhana Deepika, it says that those on the path of devotional service must always associate with Sri Rupa Goswami doctrines on Prema Bhakti. Sri Narottam Das Thakur also wrote a beautiful prayer. With that, with that prayer, I will end my talk. It goes like this. It has around 16 or 17 small, beautiful prayer, but couple of lines start with like Sri Rupa Manjari Pada Se Mora Sampada Se Mora Bhajana Pujana se mora pranadana, se mora bharana, se mora jivanera jivana. It means the lotus feet of Sri Rupa is my treasure, he is my devotion, he is my life, and he is my life of life. He is everything for me. Hare Krishna.